Good evening to all. Today, I would like to talk about ham radio and its methods of communicating with other stations, particularly those who are from foreign countries, DX stations. We all know Telugu speaking people itself, they talk Telugu in a different colloquial styles depending upon their places where they reside. Particularly, suppose if you take Andhra people, Krishna and Gunturu people, they will talk in a different manner, and the people from East Godavari, they will have their own style in the similar manner. Srikakulam and Vijayanagaram, those areas, it will be talk. Their way of style and accent is something different. And of course, Telangana people, they will have their own accent and style. Even though they're all talking in Telugu, it's all depends upon their places. It varies, different styles and different accent. Then how to difficult? I mean, how to overcome this difficulty while communicating with the other stations from other countries? Even though all are talking in English, all are communicating with English, but their way of communication, the accent, style is different. Even though if I say I'm Ramesh operating Vijayawada, the other person from Russia may not be able to understand the place and also the name also very easily. The people who are in and around of India may be able to understand what exactly it is, but it is not possible with the same similar method to other DX stations. For that, for which purpose we need to utilize phonetic alphabets. So there are phonetic alphabets right from A to Z. A for Alpha, B for Bravo, C for Charlie, like this, Z for Zulu. So, though hams, particularly those who wanted to communicate with the foreign station, they all should practice these phonetic alphabets in a proper manner. So when I would like to quote my experience when I'm having a communication with a person from Moscow, simply I said, "My name is Ramesh. I am operating for Vijayawada." Then the answer, the other side, who is receiving my signal, simply answered me, "It is a very very difficult name, unable to understand." Then I told him, I'm operating from Vijayawada. So maybe Vijayawada, in and around of Vijayawada or within India, it is a familiar place. Easily one can understand. But when comes to Russia, of course, it's not at all possible. So I have to take the course of phonetic alphabets, the alphabets that will be used in phone, the phonetic alphabets. So I started giving it in phonetic alphabets. My name is Ramesh, like Romeo, Romeo, Alpha, Alpha, Mike, Mike, Echo, Echo, Shira, Shira, Hotel, Hotel. And the location, we say the location in our ham terminology, like QTH is Vijayawada, like Victor, Victor, India, India, Juliet, Juliet, Alpha, Alpha, Yankee, Yankee, Alpha, Alpha, Whiskey, Whiskey, Alpha, Alpha, Delta, Delta, Alpha, Alpha, Vijayawada. Say, whenever I say Romeo, Romeo means simply will write R. Alpha, Alpha means A. Like this, Mike, Mike, M. Echo, Echo, E. Shira, Shira, S. Hotel, Hotel, H. In the similar manner, Vijayawada. V for Victor, I for India, J for Juliet, A for Alpha, Y for Yankee, A for Alpha, uh, Whiskey for W, A for Alpha, D for Delta, A for Alpha, Vijayawada. So like this, using these phonetic alphabets, we should communicate the other stations without facing any difficulty. So this way. But remember, whenever situation demands, whenever language difficulty is there, whenever you are communicating with the foreign stations, if even if you are communicating with the foreign stations like in and around of India, like Bangladesh, Singapore, Sri Lanka, like this, they can easily understand our names and places from where we are operating. It is okay. But if, provided if they are finding any difficulty, if you are feeling any problem, then only we have to utilize these phonetic alphabets. Unnecessarily, if you are communicating with some other station, simply don't use it for the rule's sake. So it is something irritation. Definitely it generates some irritation. The other person who is listening, you simply switch off his transceiver, and he say bye bye, and he will immediately shift his frequency to some other frequency. He will simply go away. So don't use it phonetic alphabets if the signals are very clear, if the other person is able to understand our language easily. See, for one example, I will tell you what happened. It's all otherwise it becomes interfering and then troublesome to the people who are in the network, communication network. Sometime back, it's about 30 years back, regatta boat competition that was being conducted in Hussain Sagar, Hyderabad, and hams were asked to coordinate communication, important communication on voluntary basis. So a team of operators have been deployed Hussain Sagar. I was assigned to work with the colonel, he who is the in charge, who is very very anguished person. I have to be very very cautious. So like this, I was in committee number one, and some other hams, our friends in different boats, like committee number two, rescue boats, rescue one, rescue two, rescue three, and controlling station, different places. At about 10 stations were working with walkie talkies and base stations, intercommunication. Of course, that's all whole operation is within the area of 10 kilometers maximum. That is the maximum limitation. Not even 10 kilometers, it comes around 5 kilometers of radius. So we very easily we can communicate very high frequency like this walkie talkie. It is capable of having any repeater, capable of without taking the help of repeater, we can easily we can have the direct communication with using our base stations. All are equipped with the walkie talkies and base stations with external antennas, and we are all supposed to take proper precautionary measurements in case if rain comes suddenly. We have to safeguard our equipment. We were ready with the polythene bags and the covers and other things in case if it rains, since we are in open boats. So that was a situation, and we have to cut short our time. Particularly that time is very very precious. Immediately we have to act as per the situation. So the control station who are operating it, suddenly he becomes sick. Replacing him, one new operator, though the person who is not acquainted with all the rules and regulations, he is not having enough experience, no other way, simply we are all in the different places in the Hussain Sagar, in different boats, no other spare operator was available. So the person, inexperienced person, started communicating, controlling from us, from the control station. So at that time it was about to rain. So suddenly huge cloud formation started, and then some drizzling also likely to be. And he wanted to pass the instructions to all the stations one by one. Remember, he is operating from the control station. All stations are alert. At a stage, he can give one message and he can ask one by one whether they have followed it or not. But simply, instead of doing that, he started calling one by one. He called me that too three times for two times, three times. Like this, my call is V to RDM, and his call sign. I don't want to mention his call sign. Say I, for example, XYZ. This he started communicating like this: Victor uniform number two Romeo Delta Mike. That is my call sign. That too three times. Again, Victor uniform number two Romeo Delta Mike. Victor uniform number two Romeo Delta Mike. This is Victor uniform number two X-ray Yankee Zulu. XYZ is call sign. Similar man three times, thrice. It's all become boredom. We felt a lot of inconvenience, but no other way. We have to follow. Since he is operating from control station, there is a procedure, there is a rule. It's like this. One should follow the control station operator's instruction. No other way. We were patiently waiting, but suddenly rain started and then problem arises. Even not realizing the situation, he has not acted according to the situation. So simply was calling, and as a result of which we have faced a lot of troublesome, and then as a result of which all the microphones were drenched in the rainwater. Of course, we have covered our equipment in the polythene bag, but microphones we have to, when he is calling us, unnecessarily we have to take the microphone and then we have to respond in such a manner. We all felt very annoyed. No other way. But I wanted to share this experience so that in case if you take in any operation, you will remember and you will act accordingly to tune with the that situation, real-time situation. So that is about using phonetic alphabets when communicating the person who is really a DX station and unable to understand our way of communication, accent and style. This what I wanted to share. With this, I say my best wishes. A code is 73 is for all. I will meet you in different time with different topics. B2 RDM Ramesh Babu Arja signing off. 73. Bye.